Led 527 saw a little thing on them this past week. Anyway, hey, we're almost done here. You probably got your chapter problem. Hopefully it's going to work out for you. I think it's kind of neat the way I did it. It worked out good for me. I was pretty happy about that. Documents, questions document. I put it up there. I made sure that you should be able to edit it this time. I went through in 2 spots to make sure it worked, so hopefully it does. And I don't know what to say. Let's see. So here's our deal. We have not a whole heck of a lot of time left, and so we're going to finish up hyperbolas today. And this week's kind of goofy because we had Monday off, and of course furlough Friday. So we have tomorrow and today, all right, to do hyperbolas. We're going to start parabolas, and we're going to finish up the parabolas next week, and then it'll be a time to have our last quiz. And then the rest of the time, I'm just going to have you work on your chapter problem thing. So we don't have a whole lot left. We don't have a lot of new material left. In case you're wondering, normally we'd be doing at least 2 other probably sections. So unfortunately, we don't get that, and I had to pick and choose. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here with the hyperbolas. You were working on some problems already, so I wanted to kind of stick with those. I don't know why all of a sudden it disappeared. I had it pulled up here and then it went away. There we go. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, it looked like you ended up at 24, so I thought, well, let's zip on down and do 29 just for kicks here. So we're going to do number 29. All right, and let's see. We're going to write an equation for that. So 29 says center 0, 0. B is 5, and E, what the heck? Wait, what is E? Oh, wait a second. E is that eccentricity, right? And so the eccentricity, just like it was with an ellipse, there's an eccentricity for a hyperbola also, right? And it's still that same C over A idea. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing and take a look at that. So let's do this problem 29, and it says the center is at 0, 0. So I'm going to try to draw here, but I guess I got to pick the drawer. There we go. Center's at 0, 0, and it says that the B is 5, and the eccentricity is 13 over 12, which is equal to C over A, because that's what it was with the ellipse, and it's the same with the hyperbola. So I guess that means that I have C is equal to 13. I don't know why I put an equals there. Get rid of that guy. And A is 12. All right, and I already know that B is 5. So I got everything. Centered at 0, 0. Let's go. So I'm ready to write an equation. So let's see. The one thing that I'm not sure about here is, okay, I got it. Focus axis is on the vertical. So that means that my focus is on this guy and this guy. I needed to know that, right? Because otherwise, what do I write first? So I'm going to go y squared, because there's no offset center, over A, which is 12 squared, so that's 144, okay, minus x squared over, that's my B, 25, okay, equals 1. So there it is. So I got y, because it's on the vertical, 12, 144, x squared over B, 25, C over A. That's going to be where my focus is going to be, all right? In this case, A is the larger value. It doesn't have to be, but because the vertical the focus is here and here, and we're talking about an eccentricity. All right, so it's got to be along there. It wouldn't make sense to put it down here, and the eccentricity's all screwed up. All right, so that's how that one works. Let's see. I was thinking maybe do another one of those. Let's see here. How about, let's try 36. We don't have anything like that. So 36, we got some foci points here. They are -3 and -11. And I lost it there. Oh, -3 and 0. There's my foci points. This transverse axis, which is that axis that the vertex is on, is -3, 2, and 1, 2. Or did I lose it? -3, 9. -9, and this is a -2. I think I was looking at 35 there for a second. Okay. All right, so let's start drawing some pictures. All right, so I'm going to come over here, draw a picture, and see what I got here. All right, so I got, let's do these guys here. This is the vertice points. -3, -3, -2 is right there. -9 would be way down here. All right, and then I have -3, -11. That's going to be there. And 3 and 0 would be right there. There's my focus points. So my hyperbola is going to open up vertically, all right, because that's where that transverse axis is right there. So let's see, I'm going to go start with a y squared again, all right, but it would be nice, oops, I got to find the center point. And the center is going to be right smack dab in the center between these two guys. So this was -2, this is -9. I got to find the one right smack dab in the center. So 7 is the difference between these. So I should just go 3.5 this way, right? So that would be -5.5. So that should be my center, right? Because it's going to be right in the middle, all right? So I just do that. So I'm going to go plus, because it's negative, plus 5.5 squared over. Now I need this distance from the -5.5 to -2, okay, which is -3.5, or 3.5, I guess, and I'm just going to square that. First I got to write it, squared, okay, and then I'm going to go minus x. Now the x point's pretty easy because that's just 3 negative, and then I got to figure out, oh wait, how do I find what the b value is, right? But we know, here's what we know the focus. Okay, so the focus points are going to be 5.5 away from that center. Okay, so then I'm going to run out of room, so I'm going to go 5.5 squared, right, is equal to a squared, right, plus b squared. So I got 3.5 here. There we go. And I'm just going to make it a. Again, it doesn't make much difference, right? So now I have 5.5 squared minus 3.5 squared. I got to figure out what the heck that is. So I'm going to go into Desmos and clear out a bunch of junk out of here. Get rid of all this stuff. Boom, here we go. So I'm going to go 5.5 squared minus 3.5 squared, and I get 18. All right, so now I can jump back into this and put 18 on the bottom there. And it's already squared because it's 5.5 squared minus 3.5 squared. So that result is also going to be squared. All right, so that's just 18. So there's my hyperbola equation. Whew, that was pretty nutsy stuff. It does help to draw pictures, as usual. Make sure you do that. Okay, what else do we have? We did some offset stuff already. Let's just do one more of those. I'm going to scoot this up. All right, let's do one more. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to find the center We're going to find vertices. Okay, we're going to find foci, and that's it. That's what we're going to find. All right, so, and here's my equation. I want to do an x plus 1 squared over 4. My goodness, come on, right? Minus parentheses y minus 3 squared over 16 equals 1. All right, so here's what I got. I'm going to draw a center first because I'm going to kind of sketch this out. I know that my center point, all right, opposite, so it's going to be -1. Opposite, so it's going to be 3. So I have -1, 3. There's my center right there. All right, so I got that. Okay. Vertices. Well, remember, hyperbolas only have 2, right? This hyperbola is opening up side to side because x comes first. So let's see, I got a 4 there, so it's actually 2. So let's see, I was at -1, so now I'm going to put a little vertice point there. I'm going to put a little vertice point here. Okay, so that's 2 away. That's 2 away. Square root of 4. So that's 2 away. So I have a vertice point at 1, 3. And I have a vertice point at -3, 3. All right, so there's that. Let's see, focus point. All right, so I need a b, but there it is. So now I can go a squared 4 plus b squared 16 is equal to c squared. It's obviously going to be the square root of 20. Right? It's going to be along this way, so I'm going to take that center point, -1, go plus or minus square root of 20, 3. There's my focus points. I think I'm excited. I want to go ahead and sketch this. So I'm going to go 4 here, 4 here. Okay, draw my little box. Remember the little box there. Okay, asymptotes, asymptotes, and there's my hyperbola right there. I'm going to put it in different colors so you can contrast it a little bit there. There we go. There. So there's our there is our hyperbola. All right, sketched out. I got vertices, got the foci, got the center point. I'm good to go. All right. And hey, I'm going to do one more here. It's not going to last very long today. I guess that's good for you though. So we're going to do one more, and that one more is, you might remember that we did this with ellipses. Okay? And we said what we're going to do is we're going to convert an ellipse from what we said was a general form to a standard form. So that's exactly what we're going to do with the hyperbola here. All right, we're going to do one of those. So we got 36 x squared minus 9 y squared minus 72 x's minus 36 y's equals, let's see, we got oh, 144. There it is. So now that we have that, we're ready to go, right? Remember, what we want to do is group the y's or x's together here first. So I'm going to do that, go like this, and go like this. Okay, then I'm going to go like this with my y's, put them together, put the 144 over here. Come on. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do the x's first. So I'm going to complete the square on that because I want to try to get into that form. So I'm going to divide this by 36, just like what we did before. This is not any different. So we're going to go x squared minus 2x. Okay, nobody cares about this side because we know that in the end, we're just going to go ahead and change that out anyway. Y squared minus 36y equals 144. All that stuff's divided by 36. But again, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to divide through or multiply through anyway. I want to complete the square on this. So I got to take that 1. Half of 2 is 1. I'm going to square it. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 1. All right, I got all that stuff over there, but again, I'm not too worried about that. So now here I'm going to go x minus 1 squared. All right, but now I'm ready to multiply by that 36. So this 36 is going to go out in front. Minus 9y squared minus 36y equals 144. But remember, we had to add 1 to that, right? So we added 1, but then when we multiply that by 36, we're technically multiplying by 36. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to do the y's, right? So when I do the y's, though, I have this negative out in front, so I have to divide everything by a negative 9 so that works. So I have, again, we don't really care about this guy because it's already done, so I'm just going to leave it. But I do care about this one, so I have y squared. Now remember, I'm dividing by a negative here, and it has to be a negative because we don't want a negative y squared. We can't complete square on that. So that's going to make that a plus. Maybe I can get there, a plus 4y, all right, equals, and again, I'm going to just add these two up. So that'd be 180. And that's also divided by negative 9, but I'm not going to divide it because I know I'm going to multiply, and it's all going to fall out anyway. Keep with me here. Here we go. So this side over here is, again, we're just going to leave it. So here I'm going to get y plus half of 4 is 2. I got to add a 4 to this side, so I got to add a 4 to this side. And now I can go y plus 2 squared equals 180 divided by a negative 9. I got to add a 4 here. I get this 36 sitting out here. Right, I got a negative 9 down here on the bottom. So I'm ready to multiply by that negative 9. All right, so I'm going to multiply by that negative 9. I'm going to keep scooting up. You can pause, though. That's the beauty of all this stuff. You can pause. You can shut me down. You can, do whatever the heck you want. That's the great thing about that part, right? Okay, so multiply by negative 9. I get 36 here. I'm going to get an x minus 1 squared there. Minus 9. And here I'm going to get a y plus 2 squared equals, I get a 180, but I have to subtract 36 because I got to take 9 times 4, and that was a negative 9, so that makes it a negative 36, which bounces this right back to 144, which, believe me, is a good thing. Okay? So there's what we got, right? So now that we got everything, we're just going to divide by 144, the whole shooting match. This is going to reduce, which is good. So we're going to get an x. Come on. We're going to have an x minus 1 squared, maybe. There we go. 36 to 144, that's going to be a 9. Minus, okay, y. Oh, my goodness. Y. Come on. Y plus 2 squared over 36, and that's going to be a 1 there because we're dividing 144 by 144. Hey, there it is. We did it. Yappers, we did it. Okay, so we got that one, and now we're ready to go. So what do we need to do? Oh, we need to sketch it. Okay, sounds like a great idea. I think I'm going to change my axis color first to black. Here we go. And then I'm going to put some marks on there, maybe. Here we go. And here we go. We're going to graph my parabola. So the center is 1, because it's always the opposite, negative 2. So I got that. 1, negative 2. There's my center. Put that right there. I need to know the vertices and sketch it, so I might as well just get all this stuff. It's opening up on the horizontal because I got a x comes first, and it's 3 square root of 9, so it's 3 away. All right, so that'd be 4 comma negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is one of my vertice points. Then I got to go back 3, so that'd be negative 2. Right there, so that's my other vertice point. Got that. All right, then let's see, B is 6, so I'm going to go 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a point there. There's a point there. And then I got to scoot down here. I've scooted a lot on this problem. So here's this one, here's this one. So now we're ready. Go ahead, put that box in there. All right, here's my asymptotes. Okay, and it opens up this way. There's that. There's that. Now, whew, almost done. Oh my goodness, I gotta find foci points. Okay, remember I just do a squared plus b squared on that. So I just do this. That's equal to c squared. So let's see, c is equal to square root 45. So my focus, u, is going to be on that. So I'm going to go 1 plus or minus square root of 45. I know some of you wanting to reduce that. Well, look, somebody to take a 9 out of there. Yeah, you can, but I'm not going to. There we go. That's it. So let's see. I got center, vertices, foci, wrote it in the right form, made a sketch. Oh, with buckets, that's a whole big problem with one thing right there. So there is, there's our hyperbola stuff. So we're pretty much done with those things. I'm going to give you some problems. Remember, we're adding on. Okay, so we're adding on to the assignment that we had from before. All right, and I'm not going to write it here because the last time I did that didn't work too good. So I'm just going to put it into the assignment document. All right. Hey, if you got questions, make sure you put them in the questions document for the week. And other than that, I'm excited. We're doing some parabolas. Our last one tomorrow. Chapter problems. If there's a question you have on it, ask me. We're only doing one. You're picking one, and that's it. I would encourage you, again, to find some people you can work with. You can communicate with them. If you have to, you can always just call. Hey, how are you? What do you think? You can do it that way, or you can do your whatever stuff you guys do. Snapchatting, TikToking, I don't know, FaceTiming. You can do whatever you guys do the best. So you do that, work together. If you're going to do that, you only need one model, but you got to make sure your write-ups are both all turned in, and you should have some different ideas there as far as the way you do things. I know you're going to have some. Working together means you're going to share some data and some numbers. I get that part, but you should be able to phrase things differently. Other than that, that's it. Hey, have a great day. See ya tomorrow.